Day?
I am not going. No, I'm doing something for it, but
He's
not
holding
going to the game. Not going to Fair Park.
Smart move.
Yeah, it's craziness out there. Although they have upgraded the stadium this year. I'm kind of interested to see it. The city of Dallas actually spent some money.
Yeah. On something good.
What are you watching?
It's football game today.
Yeah.
Texas, Oklahoma.
UTOU. It is the big Texas game of every year. It's between Oklahoma and Texas. They just
Oh, what time is it?
It's college football. It's 2:30.
Okay, because we're watching games. 9 o'clock is Army.
Oh, Army. You're an Army fan. I like it.
That's Harlan. He's a retired colonel.
Okay.
And I'm a Navy fan because my dad and uncle and cousin all went to Annapolis, and then they were in World War II.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And so I've been going to Navy games with Nerdicket Dame I lived in Wisconsin, and we went every other year to the Indiana Navy game. And the audience was amazing. It was either pre or midshipman. It was an amazing audience.
Oh, I would love to go to the Army Navy game one year. That would be just incredible.
Yeah.
Me too.
Experience it.
Me too.
Okay, put it.
Well, good morning. It's after 10 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. Richard will be on. Al is at the UK meeting. Sent me some pictures, and he may be trying to stop in just to say hi. And there's Richard. So, what are your wins? What's been going on for you guys?
I just want to tell you, Lydia, I don't know if you're doing something different, but you sure look fantastic.
You want to see something? I got to show you this. So, I've lost 13 pounds. No, 14 pounds.
Wow.
In like what, 10 days or something?
Yeah.
9 days, sorry. So I went back because I've been doing all these.
It attacked a 4-year-old girl, and then it attacked a full-grown woman.
Then
they let the thing out again.
I'm not sure.
You have a
I don't know where that
Mary, we can hear over you.
I muted her. So,
okay.
So this is a picture from August 13th. Notice the face.
Especially the chin.
Is that Lydia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that was Lydia.
That was yesterday.
It's past tense.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
That's amazing, Lydia. That's so fantastic.
Yeah. So
I'm impressed. Oh, and in fact, right now looking at you, it's even more.
Yeah.
I had to pull out smaller t-shirt sizes. So
how do you feel?
I feel great. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be vulnerable. I was afraid to do it. I was afraid of failing.
Yeah.
Because when you've tried a lot of things and you haven't had success, you feel like you're going to fail again.
But it's not a weight loss. It's a
I know.
liver
But it wasn't
reset.
about the weight loss. It was about the changing of eating because I was addicted to Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
So for me to give up that was a huge thing. And I'm a bread eater, so that was another. And so for me to be 100% compliant through 9 days without being hungry at all and seeing the success, it's a story that anybody can do it. So
yeah.
I think we should put pictures of first day, 9 days later with Lydia and talk about, this is our Manatech WAS, a tech genius, right?
Well,
and
what I'm thinking is that you put your t-shirts in a row and label them the day and take a picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another good one.
Well, it's exciting. I mean, it's a program that works and it's not hard at all. And I'm not even really doing satiety because I'm not having any hunger pains at all. So that if I'm not being non-compliant, that's the one thing. And if you want to see a really cute video, go into WhatsApp the group. We were at the grocery store yesterday and you see Mary Jo with her hourglass figure coming back. So
if only I was 25 again.
So anyway, so what's everybody else's wins?
I'll speak.
Yay.
So I've had, just from my postings in Facebook, which I've never done this before, you guys, in 30 years, I've never really blatantly done that ever. So I've got hundreds of people that I get to go and talk to. But out of doing what I've done, these are the people that have reached out to me. Doug and Sue, who has never been in Manatech. Leonie, a girl from high school, never been on Manatech. Angie's been on Manatech, went ahead and ordered the products on her own. Sharon, already on Manatech, really wants the program. Lisa, she might even be on the call here, and ordered the whole program. Andrea, my daughter-in-law, is asking questions. Trinda, some lady I've never heard of, asked me the price, and I didn't know how to deal with that. So I tried to say, private message me, and I tried to become her friend in Facebook. I haven't got anything there yet, so I need to know how to deal with that. Debbie, somebody that Paul works with at the soup kitchen, is interested. Pat, the lady I golf with, wants to go on it. She said, $3.99, that's nothing. Okay. My sister Melanie's on. Ada, a previous Manitecker, wants information, and Val, my sister's on it. And so
Yeah.
that's just without even trying to reach out to anybody.
Amanda,
One-
here's a great thing to say to somebody about price.
Yeah.
You tell them it's $3.99, but there's a way you can get it for free with the all capital FREE.
Well, the only thing is, Mary Jo, I didn't really, everyone's going to see that. I don't
So
really.
what? Everybody's gonna know they can get it for free.
Maybe, okay.
You get it? I mean, it just gets
Was it, wait, here's another question, Amanda. Was it on Facebook? She asked that question?
Yeah.
Send her a private message.
Yeah.
Well, I tried, but we're not friends.
Oh,
I don't know how she found me. So I'm trying to friend her.
Mm-hmm.
I found her and I sent a friend request, but I haven't got an answer. But I just thought that was an interesting, yeah, Mary Jo, not really ready to say the price right away before they know nothing.
Right.
That's all. Just because of all the other people. I don't mind telling her if I could do it
Yeah.
privately somehow, but
well, you might even talk about, with the reduction in the food costs that you're typically spending today, you're going to get this for free. That's another way without, you follow? Because how many of
yes.
us would have spent $400 in 2 weeks, 3 weeks worth of food that we would have consumed? And now we're buying very little. It's minuscule compared to what we would normally spend, especially going out and eating out, right? Think about that. Every time you go eat out, how much do you spend when you eat out today? Almost $100. It's like without even trying. It's like, how can that be $86? When you all walk out of the restaurant, how could that, especially those of us that are in my age bracket, because we used to eat like that for about $14.99, right? But it's you can use that as a comment as well. So it doesn't put the price out there, but with with the experience that I've had, you could actually.
Hey, there's Al.
Oh, let's say hi
Hey,
to Al.
Al.
There.
Hey,
Hello.
From Europe.
Well, we're just about to go into session number 2, so sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. So just wanted to say hi and tell you that the 21 livery set is alive and well in Europe. We're launching it today. Everybody's excited. So anyways, I'll leave you in the good hands of Mary Jo and
Richard.
and everybody. And I think Richard is there.
He is.
So-
He's here.
yeah.
Richard. Okay, great. So we're about to go back in, but just want to say
Okay,
hi.
we love you guys. Have a great
Love you
session.
too.
Bye-bye.
You, Lydia, you're looking good. You're looking good.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Awesome. And anybody else?
Lydia,
Richard,
I
you
just
have
want to
anything
tell
you'd
you,
like to say?
I'm very inspired by your story. Congratulations.
Thank you. Amanda, do you mind if I shared the video that you posted on social media?
No, go ahead.
Because I want to, it's just an idea. You see what other people are doing and you heard Amanda's success of people reaching out to her. You guys can do the same thing Amanda did. So I just wanted to share it with you.
So we've Amanda here, and you will not believe what I'm about to tell you. So we've started this liver reset, and I had heard a group before us that have started now. There was 200 people in the test group, and they said 100% of people had results. So I thought, well, that sounds pretty darn exciting. We're going to give it a go. So there's a group of us now all starting ourselves. And here are the results that we're seeing. Paul and I. Only 10 days, Paul's lost 13 pounds and his vitals are down. I dropped 5 pounds and my night sweats have disappeared. We're sleeping better and even our skin looks amazing. We're shocked at how fast this works. Juanita, day 15 and I'm already down 8 pounds, 8 inches. Mary Jo, day 4, down 5 pounds. Lydia, starting day 4, down 8 pounds. Lillian, in 12 days, I'm down 8 pounds. My vision is clearer, plus sustained physical and mental energy throughout the day is making me feel 20 years younger. Patty, loving this reset. Brain fog gone, less discomfort, increased energy, no more afternoon crashes, plus belly fat reduced, lost 8 pounds. So I'm telling you, it's not a weight loss program. That's just one of the positive side effects. But a liver reset, everyone needs to do this. Everybody I know, I'm going to tell every single person I know, it'll change your life. More energy, brain fog gone, feeling fabulous. Everything that you feel, it's because of your liver. So anyway, I just had to share. Thanks. Bye.
Good, good.
Thought it was a great video. Anybody can do that.
Yeah, each and every one of you.
And you all see the stories in the group. Did Amanda ask me permission to use my testimony in there? No. Does it matter? No.
Does she have to? No.
No.
No permission necessary.
So who's willing to commit to creating a video and posting it? Okay, I got a couple now.
By the way, Lydia, let's just point to the chat. Richard wrote a great response to Amanda's prior question when he said it's basically, and whenever somebody asks you about price, answer it definitively, clearly, without any funny business. Because every time you get into funny business, what does a person do? They go, oh, this is funny. You think they don't recognize funny business that you're playing? Okay. And then follow it immediately with a question like, it is $399. If you lost 10 pounds and felt 20 years younger, would it be worth it to you? Good. Thank you, Richard. That was a great suggestion. I just want to make sure no one missed that in the comments.
A great exercise would be to brainstorm 10 different questions to follow the price. Like if that's a stretch for you and I could show you how to get it for free, would you want to know more? Come up with 10 questions, practice them, and then in the moment, one of them will fall right out of your mouth.
Awesome.
Your video, Amanda, was awesome. And I would encourage you to look to tweak it just by making it shorter, more succinct. And the way you'll do that is to transcribe it and read what you said. When you read what you say, you see all kinds of redundancies and just unnecessary going on and on. I don't think you went on and on. I thought it was a great video. I bet you could cut it in half. And as long as all the information's in there, the shorter it is, the better it is.
Yeah.
Good job.
And this applies to all of you guys because you're going to make a video.
Thank you,
Right?
Richard. Thank you.
So everybody,
Now I'll ask a different question than Lydia asked. Who isn't going to make a video? It's a simple question. You just raise your hand. I don't understand. It's like
You're
three of
muted,
you
Liz.
raised your hand that you are going to make a video, but none of you raised your hand that you aren't going to make a video, and there's 27 of us. I'm confused. Who isn't going to make a video and doesn't want to acknowledge it? Raise your hand.
Who's not going to raise their hand for anything?
Yeah. Oh, no, they
No.
wouldn't raise their hand for that
That'd
either.
be me, that'd be me in school, Lydia.
Yeah.
Not raising my
No.
hand no matter what you ask.
Yeah. So my question is, what's holding you back from making a video?
And
And
The technology of it, or I've got short arms. No, and I do
think-
have an extension. I do have one of those, but I've never used it.
are you on your computer right now?
Mhm.
Does it
No,
have a
yeah.
web? Does
I
it have a
might-
webcam?
I don't know.
Yes,
It does.
yes, she
Lydia,
has one.
Well, when you're looking at us on the camera over here, are you looking at your phone or your computer?
I'm looking at my iPad,
Look at you.
and then I've
Look,
got my computer on so I can take notes.
Oh, does your computer have a webcam? That'd be a little dot in the center top of the screen.
it does. It does. I know her computer.
Yes, it was hers. I don't
Maybe
see
Lydia,
that.
you could teach her how to log on to Facebook on the computer, and then she wouldn't have to do, selfie
Oh.
sticks.
Be fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you. And by the way, I wanted to say to Amanda that for me, it wasn't long because she was so excited. I mean,
Yeah.
she didn't monotone it or anything. I mean, it was just, she was so real. It was easy to watch.
Yeah, you're a different generation though, Anne. I mean, our people today have attention spans of a gnat. So we got to get it out there. If it doesn't grab them, so Richard's dead on when he says a little shorter.
No, I get that. I'm just trying to say how her demeanor and everything was so great.
Yeah, because you're so excited, and that's
Yeah.
for everybody to acknowledge too, and that's why Richard commented how positive he was about it. That's what he
And
said.
it's also great that it had all the captions on the video.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of people don't have sound on their, when they're looking on Facebook.
Because they're doing it at their job.
It could be in a bathroom and they don't want to play for everybody else in the bathroom.
So I want you to visualize something. How did you guys maybe put it in the chat? When Amanda was telling you the results of posting her video, how did you feel about that? What did you think as she rattled off all these different responses? What's the story you started telling yourself?
Ooh, that's a good one. Go ahead, Juanita.
Now, as you put your answer in chat, and I know those of you that won't raise your hand no matter what, won't chat no matter what either.
Well, they've taken.
So here's what I want you to imagine. There are now 30. So 3 of you missed Amanda's video. So I'll just go back to the original 27 minus Amanda minus me. So that's 25. What do you think the impact would be if 25 people had the same testimonial, the same type of experience? 25 of you got on here next Saturday, if we took the time for it, and each one of you talked about who responded, how they responded, and how many people responded. Amanda times 25. So have y'all seen that video? I could pull it up. I have it in one of my training assets. It's about things going viral and leadership and modeling. And it's like a Woodstock kind of video, and it's some guy, in a pair of shorts, maybe shirtless, on a hillside and there's music playing, I guess, and he starts dancing. And there's, people around, sitting around, laying around on the hillside, and he starts dancing. And he does that by himself, Amanda, for about 10 or 15 seconds. And then somebody gets up off the lawn and starts dancing with him. That's like 10 or 15 seconds. And then like 7 seconds later, 2 people get up off the lawn and start dancing with the 2. Now there's 4. And then like 5 seconds later, there's 12 people dancing. And 5 or 10 seconds later, the entire hillside is dancing. That's the way it goes here. One person, there's more than Amanda, be the one, but her demonstration this morning is so beautiful. I posted it. How long did it take to post that? I don't think you memorized it. You weren't reading a script. You just riffing on what is happening with the reset. And I don't know, but how long was that? I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes, something like that. And boom, that's it. It's done. How many times could you do that a day? Well, if you work 8 hours a day, that's 430 minutes. If it takes 2 minutes, you could do that 215 times in an 8-hour shift. That's how easy it is to actually do the action that matters. It's like 2 to 5 minutes worth of work. Now, yes, there's work to do after that when people reply. But here's the thing about motivation and initiative, momentum, inertia. The only thing that's required from us here, like head and heart, is to get through the inertia that we're the one initiating the dance. We're the one getting self-motivated to get up and dance when nobody else is dancing. Notice how it doesn't take any motivation to respond to people that say, that sounds interesting. Tell me more, Amanda. I mean, Amanda, do you find yourself procrastinating and trying to find the time and being in a funk when you have 3 people who want to know how to get started on the reset? I don't know if I have time for this. I'm so busy. No, you knock over all the furniture to get to somebody who says, show me more. Show me how.
Richard,
Right?
can I share something?
Yeah.
Can I share something? Okay, so my sister Val, that video has been shared 6 times, so other people are using it, which is great. But my sister did this, she reposted it, and she got somebody reaching out that used to be in a prior company that she had been with. And I just said to her, can it really be this easy? Like in 30 years, you guys, I have never done anything that was easier than this.
Yeah.
It's shocking me. It's blowing my mind. So
You mean
now,
talking about
I
those
will
80
say,
saccharides? I'm
Pardon me?
laughing because that was one of my clues to them. I said, you mean talking about 80 essential saccharides from cell-cell communication, and they're all on the outside when you get our glyco. This is like total relief for all of us. This is almost like being in a rehab center and we're getting rid of the alcoholism. We're rehab that we can make something happen so simply, because our glyco story is not the simplest thing on the face of the earth. Everybody agree with that? And I'm not saying you don't share glyconutrients, but this is so easy. When you share glyconutrients, a lot of people gloss over. When you talk to people about liver cleanse and weight loss and how this thing is just going to change your, people look at you like, okay, I got it. I get the liver issue. I get, right? No.
So do you get my point? Which is the only thing that takes anything from you, really, is the gumption to take the first step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send a video out to 4 people. Post a video on Facebook. Post something on Instagram. You know, not everything works as well as what Amanda did. And, you know, if she posted that same video once a week, it may not work forever, and it may not work as well the second week as it does the first week. We're not in control of any of that, right? You're not in control of what's going on with the people that you ask to take a look. You're only in control of how many people do you ask to take a look? That's it. The quality of your ask, yes. Your video, yes. But you don't have any control over how people hear it and when they hear it in their life. You don't have any control over who Facebook shows it to. I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but on my business page, which is Facebook, I don't know, maybe Richard Blissbrook, but it's not my personal page, it's my business page. About 2 weeks ago, I gave a picture to my marketing team and I said, hey, post something about this on Facebook. And it was kind of a picture of the history of Avon. It was like an infographic about the picture of the history of Avon and the founders of Avon. And I wrote a little something about it. I think at last look, it has like 1,300 comments and almost 400 shares. Now you can go back to the entire history of everything I've ever posted on Facebook, which is, I mean, I used to post a lot, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lives, and some of the most brilliant, moving, compelling, genius level posts ever contrived by any content creator ever. That'd be me. And I think the most comments I've ever got on anything is 100. 1,400 comments and 400 shares on, oh, these two guys founded Avon 400 years ago. And I think the question I asked is, have you ever bought Avon products? Have you ever been an Avon representative? That was it. The responses were nuts. What does that demonstrate? We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes at Facebook. It'll probably blow our mind. And we're never going to know. And it changes every week. So, you know, Amanda, if you post that 3 days from now and nobody replies, don't be freaked out. It's not you. It's just the nature of the beast. But my point about all this is all you have to do is get up off the couch. And then once people start responding to you, that's easy. And why I think this is an important conversation is I'm looking at the 31 of you, focused on the 26 of you that have been on since the top of the hour, that no matter what Mary Jo or Lydia or me ask you, this is what you look like. Except you don't even have a still photo to represent your camera, right? You're just like blind and mute, deaf and mute. You're just sitting there. I've been doing this call for months and months and months. And 90% of you just sit there. I don't get it. It's not that hard. Here, I'll prove it to you. If I gave you $5,000 to do whatever version of Amanda's video you come up with and post it on Facebook, you say, I don't know how to figure it out for $5,000. Call it 12-year-old that you know. Right? Enough with the excuses, enough with the curled up on the couch, right? It doesn't make any sense. To much people's disdain and disgust. I'm kind of famous for recommending to people that consistently get all the coaching they would ever need, all the tools, all the marketing, all the opportunity, and they just sit there and watch and listen. I'm kind of famous, not so popular, maybe infamous, for recommending people quit. I don't mean quit the products. I mean, just quit the whole raise my hand, I'm trying to build in Manatech. Are you kidding? You're not trying to build anything. And, you know, that's the problem. Try. No such thing. There's either do it or don't do it. And don't tell me you can't, because I know you can. If I gave you $5,000 to post a video by noon today, I'm in Pacific time today. So you got 4 hours. I'll give you 3.5 hours. I'll give you $5,000 tax free. See if I can get any action in the chat here. Put in the chat, if I gave you $5,000 tax free, would you post a video in the next 3.5 hours on Facebook about the reset? See how many, see if we can get 26 yeses. I got 5, I got 6. Mary Jo, of course, you don't need the, which is why you're successful, Mary Jo. You don't need the extra hack, right? Come on. I'm going to start calling you Jenny, Ruby, Peggy, Olga, Tanya, Maria, Lillian, Christy, Lisa, Carol. Oh, just came across Dema Robbins. She's probably like feeding the kids or something. That's why she's all got everything turned off. Doris, Frank, Mary, Read.ai meeting notes. Okay, you get a pass. Derek, Ed Reed, Frank. I realize that just because you have your camera off doesn't mean you're on the couch. Could be, you know, you're listening, but you have to be doing something else. I get it. Let's see how many we got. We didn't get 27, did we, Lydia?
Mm.
Dem is playing ER nurse at the moment. So, you know, this might be a good test. If you're not building in Manatech and you didn't even type 3 letters in the chat, yes, no, maybe, get lost, you should look for something else to do with your time, because you're not going to make it in this. You're going to waste money, waste time, just like you probably have been as long as you've been doing it. Now, if this is just pure entertainment and you show up here every Saturday to, I don't know, wow. All right. But here's what I want you to think about. If you're not doing anything yet with everything Manatech has offered you, this 21-day reset, which is, Amanda said, is the easiest thing you'll ever find. All of the coaching and training and tools, and you're still not doing anything? Ain't gonna happen. I'd quit. Go do something else. Not the products, not Manatech. Just quit the whole idea of hope or some delusional thing that if you stay around long enough, something's going to happen. No, nothing's going to happen. You have proven that you are absolutely unequivocally committed to not doing this. And being on this call another month or 6 months isn't going to make any difference. So I know that's a downer for all of you that are kind of, you know, in the middle or on fire, but I just have a thing about people wasting their life, their time. And, you know, what it leads to is this story about, oh, you know, have you ever done network marketing? Or, you know, what about you in Manatech? Oh, yeah. You know, I was in, how long were I was in after 10 years? You ever, no, I never made any money after 10 years. You know, it's a reflection on Man Attack, and it's a reflection on network marketing, and shouldn't be. It's a bad story. Now you could change your story like that. But there's this great conundrum when it comes to self-motivation. Self-motivation is the art of changing your story. So you change your story about you, Man Attack, prospects, whatever your story is. And when you change your story, you get an action always, every time. One follows the other. The great conundrum is you actually have to be self-motivated to get self-motivated. Right? Mary Jo gets this, right? Because if I say, okay, well, let's change your story. Let's write a story about you and Man Attack and success and simplicity, and 400,000 people a week join some network marketing somewhere in the world. So there are still some people out there that are looking. You just have to turn over the rocks. We just change the story, right? Except you have to be self-motivated to even show up and engage in that conversation. You have to be self-motivated to put pen to paper. And that's the part that's all on you. That's like, you got to be sick up and fed enough to want to bust a move in your life, to do something different. You got to be at a place where you're not going to tolerate it. Tolerate whatever's going on. And one of the, toughest conditions is if your life is not absolutely miserable, like if your life's okay, or even pretty good, or even great, that's the greatest deterrent sometimes to busting a move. Too comfortable. That's why immigrants do the best in network marketing. Outside America and inside America. Why? They don't take this country, this opportunity, this comfort zone for granted. This is what, October 11th? Might be hard to imagine, but absolutely unequivocally true. 7,000 people a day die in the world. Every day, 7,000. At least 1, 2, or 3 of them die every day. Just trying to get in this country. Probably illegally. Right now, out in the desert of Arizona, Texas, Mexico, there's some 12-year-old girl, 7-year-old boy, 80-year-old woman, either murdered or die of exposure, just trying to get across the barbed wire fence into this place. Why? Because you can bust out here. Not that many limiting factors. One of my most admirable clients, who is now a friend, a guy named Andy Dooley, lives in North Carolina on Lake Toxico. Beautiful, stunning custom home right on the lake, dock, lawn down to the water. Lake Toxico is a private lake. You cannot launch a boat on that lake if you don't own property on it. It was populated 100 years ago by all the top executives at Coca-Cola. It was their Atlanta weekend getaway. Andy actually has 2 homes on the lake. One he lives in and one he rents. I met Andy 25 years ago on the escalator in Houston, Texas, at a generic network marketing event. He had just come to the United States with $400 that his uncle gave him from Armenia. He didn't speak English. He taught himself to speak English watching TV. He was delivering pizzas for a living and trying to go to college, although that was hard because he didn't speak English. And he found network marketing. I think Andy's net worth today is about $10 million. And he makes about $50,000 a month, whether he does anything or not. And I think of how many other Andy Dooleys there are in the United States that they just never had that eye of the tiger. They never had that gumption, that courage, that something. You got to have that spark. You got to have that something. It's not an ethical thing, and I don't think you're a bad person because you don't have it. It's not that way. It's just it either is or it isn't, right? You either have it or you don't have it. And if you have it, then you have that, whatever it is, it's like a spark, right? You got to have a spark before the fire. You can have all the gas fumes. You can pour gasoline on your stack of kindling and it won't light without a spark. You're the spark. Somewhere deep inside, you got to dig. And, I'm kind of speaking to the ones of you that are in the darkest, resistant, hiding place. But this also applies to all of us, all the way up the strata, all the way to Amanda. Like, maybe you're doing something, maybe you're kind of doing it, but what's holding you back from playing full out? Imagine if we had 27 people next Saturday come on here and say, let me tell you about this person who responded and that person who responded and that person who responded. What do you think would happen to this movement and Manatech in the next 3 or 4 months? Exactly. Just blow the frick up. And, that's what we all want, right? That's what Manatech deserves. That's what, you think about all the people, the tens and tens and tens of thousands of people in the last 30 years who shared the dream. Manatech deserves to be somebody. It deserves to be in the top 10. It deserves all those accolades. It deserves that respect. And, maybe it's because of that weird product technology that nobody can explain effectively. That's really why you're all here, right? Ambertos somehow locked you into this brand name and this culture, Manatech. Now, what we're realizing is, okay, that got us to where we are, but it's not going to get us to where we want to be because nobody can explain it effectively. So we're pivoting. And we're taking Ambertos with us, right? This is like Ambertos is now in the capsule, but the rocket is the reset. And we're taking Ambertos to outer space with a different rocket. But that only works if we create some exponential growth, some momentum, most of you have to get off the couch and get in gear. Most of you, not 3 of you, most of you. And it's so easy to do. If I gave you $5,000 tax-free, post a video by noon. If I gave you another $5,000 tomorrow to send a video to 5 or 10 people. All of these things are just absolute no-brainers for this vessel right here, this thing in all of you, from head to toe, from mind to heart to spirit. What are we capable of doing? Oh my gosh, pretty much anything. Yeah, I had a client a few years ago. So I'm like 35 years old. She was just a mindset, not a network marketing client. I was coaching her on her mindset. She rowed a rowboat, 20-foot rowboat, from San Francisco Harbor to Honolulu by herself. No support crew. 77 days at sea and nights. Capsized twice. Once in the middle of the night while she was sleeping. The only thing that kept her from drowning was she had a line wrapped around her wrist. She's flopping around outside the boat in 20-foot seas in the middle of the night. 1,500 miles from anywhere. And somehow she crawls back in the boat, half her food's soaked with salt water. He's not a client, but he's somebody I interviewed for my podcast. His name is James Lawrence. He's called the Iron Cowboy. You all know what an Ironman is, right? That's swim 2.2 miles, then bike 126 miles or something like that, and then run a marathon, which is like 26 miles, right? I mean, just to do one of those would be like a life achievement. Like if you ever ran an Ironman in your entire life, you could like just take that one time and always you tell your grandkids, and let me tell you about the time I did an Ironman. Most amazing thing ever, right? Well, James Lawrence did 50 Ironman. Listen to me carefully. 50 Ironman. In 50 different states, one in every state. In 50 consecutive days. He did one in Hawaii. He flew to Alaska and did one. He flew to Seattle and did one. And then his family and he got in a motorhome. And at night, they would go to the next state. And he would get up in the morning and do his Ironman. And then at night, they would go to the next state. 50 consecutive days. And then you got, Elon Musk. Maybe you don't like him, maybe you like him, whatever, right? He's definitely easy to not like. But you can't underestimate what this immigrant from South Africa did. He's worth 470 billion. And we hear that number. My neighbor, I could hit a 7-iron in his pool. He's number 2. He's worth about 380 billion. And he's an orphan. He was adopted. Larry Ellison was adopted. And he dropped out of college. 380 billion. Let's just give you a sense of, like, compared to all of us and what we're doing, and compared to what they did, here's $1 billion, just one. You could take that $1 billion and invest it safely and earn $100 million or at least $50 million a year for eternity and never touch the original $1 billion. And those guys have 300 or 400 of them. What does that speak to? It's just like, this is what's possible. And I'm using sports, I'm using money, but there's a million other examples of human beings that have done the most extraordinary things. And some of which are just local, maybe kind of mundane, but they're just miracles. You know, it could be teachers, it could be coaches, you know, and then just look at us. What the hell are we doing? And you're telling me you can't post a 2-minute video on Facebook? You can't even put yes in the chat? Oh my gosh. Let me come right through the screen and bop you in the nose. It is kind of a dishonoring disgrace to the gift. I know most of you are very, very spiritual / religious / creator, created in the eyes and model of our creator. Wow. Really? I don't think you believe that at all. I think it's just rhetoric, religious rhetoric. Why? Well, you can't get off the couch. You can't post a 2-minute video. Really?
Yeah.
Pretty big discrepancy there. So I want to encourage all of you, take an assessment. Even if you're doing great, take an assessment. Don't compete with other people, compete with you. What'd you do last week? Do 5% more this week. Just do 5% more, do 5% more. Manatech deserves it. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. Your team deserves to see you in action, because that might be the spark that they need to get in action. And all of us are just like a couple of simple steps away from kind of changing your story, right? You can change your story with an affirmation, sit down with a pen and paper or, you know, your computer and start creating stories, or your story can actually change with action. If somehow, some way, somebody says, tell me more, well, your story just changed like that. Now your story is going to sound something like, oh, maybe I know somebody that's interested. Maybe I can do this. And the difference between I don't think I can do this and maybe I can do this is huge.
Yeah. And you know, talking about the liver, let me go back to liver cleanse for a second, because I know we only have short minutes left. One of the things I suggest you do is go out there and do some statistical research, because that's what I did. And I put a mail together for my organization, sent it out to everybody. I know some of you are in my organization, you got a copy of it, but it gives you statistics on what's going on with our liver. Because most people you talk to and you talk to them about liver, what do they know about their liver? Nothing. Unless they had a health issue with their liver, they just know it's out there and they think, well, it has something to do with drinking alcohol, right? I mean, that's their bottom line, all they know about it. But the statistics about liver disease are off the charts, people. I'll just give you a couple. Here's one. Drinking diet soda. This is what might have shook up Lydia, because she was a big Diet Dr. Pepper fanatic, like 6 a day, right? Drinking diet soda may raise your liver disease risk by up to 60%. That's an article out there, a medical article. You can find these articles everywhere. And in the recent statistics show more than 40% of US adults have liver disease. But guess what? Most of them don't know it. That could be you. Do you guys get this? Sending this information out to people is critical. Global liver cancer rates are expected to jump by 75% by 2050. Global liver cancer rates jump by 75% by 2050. And here's your following comment out of the same article. And he said, and experts say the majority of those, 60% of those, are preventable. You have the prevention. in your hands. So what are we doing about it? So those are the kind of things you can bring out there, and if you want to look up Lancet Commission, Lancet Commission, they put a lot of stuff out there about liver disease. Just put out liver disease and Lancet Commission, you'll pop up a lot of information. Pick and choose what you want to take from it. And the diet soda article that just came out, when it was published? Timely, October 8th. This month, October 8th. What day is it today? 3 days ago it was published. Are you getting this? So if you know those diet soda fanatics like Lydia used to be, you want to tackle that too. They think, well, I want to stay thin. Yeah, but you want to die of liver disease. They don't know any better. So this is part of selling the liver cleanse, is also being able to open up people's eyes to, why do I need it? Right? Because people always say, just like they say to you about glyconutrients, they'll go, you know what, I've lived this long without it. And I said, well, how many prescription drugs are you on? That's what I like to ask them. Do you think you're totally healthy? Or do you know you're totally healthy? There's a big difference between think and know. And that's big about the liver too. A lot of people think they're totally healthy, but they have no clue. You're looking at Mary Jo, who's never been on a prescription drug her entire life, which is very unusual. And I'm not bragging about that. I'm just using me as a specimen here. Okay. But the idea is, when this liver cleanse, when Manita came to me about this liver cleanse, I went crazy. I said, absolutely, we need to do this. Absolutely, it needs to be out there. I'm totally healthy and wanted it desperately because I have no idea what's going on in my liver, right? And that's what's a little scary, because it's so crucial to your human body and living a healthy lifestyle. So take this up and start doing some of that, information research. Help yourself with some data, a few statistics. You don't need to give them a sheet of 200 statistics. You need to have just a few. But some of those are huge in terms of what they say, right? It's a preventable disease.
And Mary Jo, I just want to encourage, where do you think we got all this information besides the liver ones that just came through Apple News yesterday? We went to chat. Go to your chat and have it write you a newsletter on the 21-day liver cleanse. Ask for
We've
information.
fed chat enough, right? We fed it a lot.
Yeah. And it works.
Because most people, when you talk about the liver, they don't know anything about it, and theirs is fine. They've never had any problem that needed medical attention, but they don't understand brain fog could highly be potentially liver. Some of these things that liver disease cause or livers cause is things that people don't know how to get rid of because they don't know it starts in the liver.
Awesome.
And you're the educator. And what does it take for you to do? And this is my other point I make to people, which is phenomenal. I said, this is called 21 days. Come on, man, you can do that. I'm not asking you to take these products the rest of your life. I'm saying 21 days to do a liver cleanse. And of course, after they get out, we're going to, between working with them through the 21 days, we'll hopefully get them on a optimal support package.
Well, there's a maintenance after the 21 days.
Right. But get the cleanse in. That's what you want them to do, because after they see the benefits of the cleanse, how many people can at 70, almost 71, go back and have a figure they had at 16 years old? I did nothing other than the cleanse. Nothing other, just doing the cleanse, adding it to my, normal routine. So this is the kind of thing you want to go out and talk to people about so that you can get them convinced to do it. Because they're not going to, most people, when you say liver cleanse, they go, well, nothing's wrong with my liver. How many have heard that? How many of you have talked to somebody about liver cleanse? Right there. Thank you, Mary Wiley. Perfectly honest, because we don't know until it's too late. So don't allow people to fall victim because it's too late. Good.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, so we need to have a discussion about next week. Richard, what time does number of us have registered for your event next weekend, which is Friday and Saturday. How many of you guys in here have registered? Awesome.
I didn't know about it. Where do you find that, Lydia?
Richard, you want to give us a little detail? Is it too late to register?
Never too late to send me $97. Um, that's a very good question, Amanda. Let me see if I can find a link. That should not be that hard, should it?
No.
So he's doing an event, it's Friday and Saturday on Zoom, so you don't have to leave your house.
Wait. Does that mean we don't have Richard here next? Oh,
Well,
No.
Richard, what time do you start in the morning?
You don't need me here anymore anyway.
Yeah.
I already said what I have to say. Well, let's see. You want to know what time it starts? That's a very good question. Oh, it starts. Oh, you're talking about Saturday. I think I start at 8 or 9 Saturday morning, so it may conflict. We'll see here. Let me look. Oh, here's get your ticket. That must be something good. Let's see.
You can tell we didn't prompt him to let him know we were going to promote his event.
Well, I know we promoted it in the past, and so
It starts at 5:45 p.m. Pacific time on Friday.
what about Saturday morning?
And excellent question. Day 2, 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
So that is exactly the same time this starts.
Correct. So we could do one of two options. If the majority of us are going to be with Richard, we could just make that our huddle call, or we could just join at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you can join at 11.
Let's just join at 11, because you know what's going to happen next week. Can I tell you?
No. Yes, I
gonna
mean, you
be-
can.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys what we're gonna. Mary Jo and Al were talking this week because we're bringing on new people, and people are saying, "How do we onboard them?" And I know we have the videos in Manigo that you could, audios that you could use for onboarding. Al and Mary Jo are gonna do a role play. Al's gonna be the business builder. Mary Jo's gonna be the new associate as he goes through onboarding with her. Would that be good?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then after that, people who's registered will join Richard Brooks. I mean, you'll get more tips. I mean, we value Richard and everything he shared with us for $97. And I believe you get the replays with it too.
You get the replays. It is about 10 or 12 hours. The format is I teach for about 20 minutes. Then the class from the beginning is broken into pods. So they're pods of 4 or 5. And you can ask to be in the same pod. So those of you in Manatech could be in the same pod if there's only 4 or 5 of you registered. So I talk for 20 minutes or so. Then the pod goes into a Zoom breakout room and they do an assignment. Sometimes that assignment is individual, like, okay, individually work on what I just talked about. There's worksheets to fill out for each one. Sometimes the assignment is a group assignment. And then in the last 20 minutes or so, and sometimes it's, 30, 20, 10 or 20, 30, 10, just depends. The last segment of that hour of that module is that 2 or 3 spokespeople, 4 spokespeople maybe from different pods will come on and present what they achieved, what they learned, what they figured out, what they created as a team, what maybe one person in the pod, if it's an individual assignment, each person does the assignment, and then they present to the group leader, and the group leader picks one as that's the one that's going to represent us as our best work. Each pod, there's going to be like 20 pods, 25 pods, maybe. Each pod will present once during the event. So it is a true workshop. And yes, you get the recording. What you also get is a 30-day run where for 30 days in a row, I'm going to show up live for people in the group, same time, same day. I mean, same time every day. Not necessarily convenient for everybody, but it's in the morning. We're on for 15 minutes and 15 minutes only. And what we do for that 15 minutes is we do the single daily action. It's like a power hour where I'll talk for 5 minutes. And then for the next 5, 6, 7 minutes, everybody does their asks or posts their video or whatever they post on social media. And then we do a quick debrief. And the purpose of that is for those people that have a lot of difficulty being consistent. They get distracted, they get unmotivated, whatever. If they'll just show up for this, that improves dramatically the chances of them getting the work done every day. We do that for 30 days straight. In addition, that 30 days, your $97 includes a full month of mentorship. And mentorship is a 2-hour a week, twice a week, hour each, Monday and Tuesday, live coaching session like this. Only in my sessions, the time is spent. People raise their hand. They tell me where they're stuck. I coach them through it. Next person raises their hand. That's what we do for an hour, twice a week live. In addition, you get access to all the recordings from the event, so you can catch up on that first hour and you can study. A lot of people in the pods are getting together and doing it as a watch party. So they're at somebody's home or something. That's it.
Okay. Perfect. So the links are in the chat. I think it's a great value for $97.
A lot of value.
Did you find the link, Lydia? I'm looking right at it.
Yeah,
but
we have it. It's in the chat.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So
I
what
gotta
if your
jump.
team, this is from the front of the website, what if your team started enrolling 1 to 2 distributors per month, per builder per month, every month?
What was your question, Liz? I missed it.
Read my what I wrote in the chat.
Oh. What did you read in the chat? What if your team started enrolling 1 to 2 plus distributors per month? Oh, your team is your builders anyway. Okay, per month, every month. Okay. So every one of your team members that are builders in your organization, what if they started bringing in 1 to 2 distributors per month? Are you sick and tired of hoping and struggling? 95 out of 100 are either stuck or going backwards. Think about that. And this is after all the systems, coaches, uplines, events, and gurus.
Yeah, the reality is in our profession, and this is not Manatech, this is every company, the reality is at least 95%. Could be actually closer to 97. It is 97 to be exact. 97% of all sales leaders, distributors, people that think they are a distributor, think they are building, 97% get nowhere. They don't consistently enroll at all. They may have enrolled 1 or maybe 2 since they got in their career, but they are not growing at all. And the atrocity to that is when growing is as simple as 5 minutes a day, and anybody can do it. And so what mentorship is all about is we just laser focus on that 5 minutes a day. We give you 15 minutes to do it, but it really only takes 5. And we don't worry about anything else. You know, it's not about leadership training and follow-up and coaching people and none of that. It's just the ask. Because if you'll do the ask, you'll do a lot of the other stuff just because it's right there in front of you. And why wouldn't you? Somebody wants more information, somebody wants to enroll, of course you're going to do the work. The hard work is the ask every day, and yet it only takes 5 minutes. And that's my mission in network marketing, is to make a shift in that 3%, that 97%. I mean, if I could even get it to 93%, that would double the number of people that are successful in our profession, double the total income earned in our profession, and make a dent in all those stories of, oh yeah, I tried that, it didn't work. It's always it didn't work, right? Not I didn't work, is it didn't work. And it's so simple, and that's what my program's all about. And you know, not everybody in mentorship does it. I have the same challenge in mentorship that I have here. I have people in mentorship that have been in mentorship 2 years and still aren't doing anything. And I call them out constantly, beg them to quit. Quit paying me $97 a month. Go drive an Uber. But the people that are participating, they're in what we call the holy grail of network marketing, and that's chaos. They have chaos. It's Amanda has chaos right now. She got it from one post. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do with all these people? And it's not like all these people joining. It's, you know, some people want, I'm interested. I have questions. I want more information. I want to argue with you about it. Whatever. That's all chaos. And that's what it takes to be successful in network marketing, is you got to get yourself and keep yourself in chaos, because that's where people start dancing in mass. And that's what we do in mentorship. And this United event is a intensive, because mentorship also has 2 12-hour courses, on-demand digital, all me live speaking, that you take when you join, whenever you want. But what I'm doing United is kind of combining both of those in one live course as a kickoff for a bunch of new people joining mentorship. That's it. I got to jump. Thank you,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen.
Great job. I love that. I love, we have enough inactivity. We want to start having activity, right? Everybody agree with me? And have something to really go out there and market with people. I think we've given, Manitic's given us a product, the liver cleanse, that is so easy to go out and market. Just take those statistics and start using them. People are interested in getting rid of brain fog and all the other flurry of things, and they don't realize it starts with the liver, right? And so it's important for us to get a few statistics out there. It can sell that easily. Then we can, obviously they start on Ambertoast. We keep them on Ambertoast, hopefully the optimal support bundle, right? And move them forward. But they know 10 million people. Everybody out there knows other people who know other people who know other people. That's the whole concept behind network marketing. It's not about what you do. It's about what you get other people to do. And you start with those 2 or 4 and watch what happens to your organization. Just set them on fire. And I know you all can do it. Most of you have done it already once before, and you're kind of going, oh, Mary Jo, and I go, no, you know, there's incredible ripeness out there. As you heard from Amanda, and of course, Shirley signed up 5 people last month. You heard about that. And she's never done that in her entire life in Manitech. So the concept is, yes, you can. But you got to put the energy out there to do that, right? So we can all do it. Go out there and share. Be willing to open your mouth and share and bring people along. All right. I love you guys. I love all of you. It's super. thanks for being here this morning. Hopefully you got some good takeaways from this morning. And let's go out there and make a difference in people's lives like we are all committed to doing, because I know you wouldn't be in Manatech if you weren't committed to making a difference in people's lives. So
Mary
thanks for
Jo.
that. Yeah.
Hi, it's Lillian. I went on Richard's link and
Uh-huh.
I had no idea that he's offering group tickets. So if you have 5 team members that want to jump in and do Richard's training, the tickets only come out to $58.20.
Oh my gosh, almost half price. Let's
So
go jump on it.
then he has a bigger bundle where if you get 10 tickets or more for 10 people, it drops down to $48.50.
Yeah.
That's
There you go.
fabulous.
Well, what I'm suggesting is you go up and find somebody who's your upline. If you don't have enough people in your own downline, find your upline and get them to buy into that. And now they can find the other 8 people, but you get the discount on your ticket too. And then you're helping the whole organization. How's that for idea as well? So it might not be you who can bring in the other 5 or 10, but maybe your upline can, just like Amanda. So if any of you are in Amanda's downline, you call her right now. Oh, go
Hey,
ahead.
can I just say something? Also, I'm going to be doing the meeting on Tuesday night. Lydia and Mary Jo asked me to do the presentation on Tuesday night, so I'll be there. I'll be studying all weekend to make it fabulous. Hope I see you there.
All right, and I'll tell you one thing, Amanda, if you didn't study at all, it would be fabulous. Okay, so let's give it Amanda and be excited about bringing people on that call. All right, everybody, have a great one. Let's go out there and make a difference in this world, eh?
Great. Thank you.